Morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Mmm. Wow, that is absolutely delicious. I'll tell you what, that first cup of coffee, I kid you not, sometimes it's like an absolute must, boy. Your body just like craving till you get it. I don't mind it. If I'm going to have one vice at best, it should be something like that, that's for sure. Guys, I want to tell you something. I wanted to let you know, I really, really, really enjoy you all so much. I mean, I'm reading the comments. By the way, guys, I literally read every comment that comes in on all of the videos. Judy and I literally read them, and that's why you see, a little thumbs up and a heart there, because that's Judy and I just letting you know, hey, we acknowledge what you put down there and we read it. And I'll tell you what, I enjoy so much hearing the various opinions and ideas and positions that people have on various things. And I absolutely love that dynamic about this channel. And when I say that this is the best community in all of crypto, I'm telling you what, I genuinely mean it, because I've looked at other channels, and I've read their comments, and I'll tell you, sometimes people don't put much thought in their comments at all. And so it's kind of like, and it's a lot of personal attacks that are going on in those comments and stuff. And in our channel, no, man, we have like healthy debate where, people don't have to hold my opinion, and they're making comments of alternative views and things like that. And that is something that I genuinely treasure. That dynamic is so worthwhile. Keeping that alive, and you guys make it an amazing adventure for Judy and I, and we really do enjoy it, I'll tell you for sure. Now, the article that I was reading today literally had me practically laughing, in kind of a sarcastic way. This is coming out of the Fed, mind you. And what they're purporting is, oh, what a big surprise it is that all the big banks have passed their stress test. And I'm thinking, what an absolute crock and a farce. Because look, guys, they're actually pointing out there that, hey, on the contrary, there could be like, susceptible to $541 billion of downturns with a lot, the drop in housing prices and failed mortgages and all that. But of course they passed our stress test. Well, of course they did. It's kind of like, that's like the fox adjudicating how many hens are left in the hen house. What a load of hogwash. I mean, didn't the Fed just come out there with this whole Fiscal Responsibility Act or financial responsibility, whatever they wanted to call it, and voted, and the government saying, oh, we want the Fed to go out there and print us $4 trillion to do with what we will. Where in the world has all this money gone? I mean, come on, the world isn't, costing that much. Look, I think they just doubled in the last year and a half the national debt. Can you imagine? Doubled it into the multi-trillions, and then voting themselves in another $4 trillion to take us into 2024. What on earth is this $4 trillion being used for? Really? I mean, come on, we're not seeing, it's, as far as I'm concerned, guys, it's to prop up all their own agendas, of course, and to pad their pockets like no tomorrow. It's amazing how many politicians enter into politics. And they might be doing okay. Like, they might be millionaire status. But by the time they leave, their deck is sent to millionaires and billionaires by the time they leave. It is totally obscene. And I'll tell you what, when you take a look at people like Pelosi and stuff like that, it's amazing. They have never picked a bad stock pick in their life. Isn't that phenomenal? Whereas the rest of us are kind of like trying to see the forest through the trees, and, maybe if we're lucky to get one, right? That whole thing that they say in traditional space, oh, if you pick 10 things, 9 of them are duds and one's a rock star kind of deal. Well, that's what the traditional market is like. Most of the time, when you're picking your stocks, usually you're seeing modest, moderate gains, like slight gains. But you always have like capital losses to apply against your capital gains, because that just is how it goes. These guys never, ever, ever, it seems, do they ever experience any kind of a significant loss at all, bar none. And so to me, guys, it just is absolutely laughable to read this article. I'll drop the link down here in the video for you so you can look it up yourself. But when you get this kind of narrative, you just kind of look back and think, my goodness. I mean, they really, really, really believe that we are absolutely blithering idiots, that we're just going to swallow whatever they put down the pike, and the sad truth is, guys, is this. Most people have literally forsaken critical thinking altogether. I mean, you cannot literally even have healthy debate. You have got all these, big wig celebrities and all that signing petitions to literally censor people for having an opposite opinion as to what they hold. That is how badly we have fallen from critical debate, critical thinking, and really just, that kind of iron sharpening iron discussion type of deal. And that's why when I see it in the comments, look, and I see people even putting in an opposing view than mine, I'll tell you what, that doesn't offend me. That actually excites me because I think, good, there are people out there who are willing to critically think things through and literally take the time to write out their rationale in a big way. Now, of course, when it gets personal and, they start throwing darts at, your person as an individual and stuff like that, and it's no longer the argument, but now it's actually the person, well, those, yeah, I don't really tolerate that too much. And the reason for that is this. Look, guys, we all have holes, don't we? We all have areas where we're missing it in life and things we don't either like about ourselves or this, that, or whatever. But we all have cheese, too. We're all like Swiss cheese. We have substance, don't we? And you can focus on what's missing or you can focus on the substance. It's all a matter of perspective. And there are just some people out there that are just toxic when it comes to dealing with other people. They literally, all they really want to do is eviscerate the person. It's nothing to do with the argument. It's about ripping the individual to shreds and trying to debase them as best that they possibly can. And I'm thinking, what must be really going on the inside of somebody that really has that kind of motivation? I mean, they need some serious attention and some real care to kind of heal that in them, because why would you do that? Hey, look at this. We all have people or have had people in our lives that, have hurt us or things or this or that has happened, whatever. And the deal is this. Hey, Jesus literally came out and said, bless those that curse you. Do good to those that hate you. Literally pray for those that despitefully use you and persecute you. Well, I'll tell you what, walking that out in my life, the amount of liberty and peace that it has delivered to me. Yeah, when someone hurts me, boy, yeah, sure, it hurts. But I'm not going to hold that and just keep holding on to that, allow that bitter cancer of the soul just come in and pollute my mind, pollute my thoughts, pollute my perspective, literally put blinders right on my eyes so that I can't actually see things for what they are. That's what it does. There's another proverb out there. I really like this one. Throw this one out there. That a person that is given to anger, that is quick to anger like that, like easily angered, is like a city without walls. Boy, are you ever vulnerable. Learning to kind of deal with that in life is going to give you some really great advantages later on down the road. Be a critical thinker. Be someone out there that can tolerate, an opposing point of view. Don't take it personal because someone doesn't agree with what your stand is. Listen to what their argument is. And hey, in my life, there have been a few times where I have listened to debate and listened to arguments. Someone else is apologetic, what they believe and why they believe it. That has literally caused me to take some pause and think, maybe they have something there. And it's actually helped to shape my own points of view. Don't be like, what do they call that when a person is just so belligerent, that they get locked into their own thinking and stuff like that. And they're unmovable and stuff like that. Don't let yourself, be kind of like in that position. But hey, you got to know what you believe and you do need to know why you believe it, right? There are some things that are right deep down in there, the constitution of your soul. And look, that's not for sale, right? There's certain things, where you get to a place where as much as it depends on you, you're going to live at peace with all people. But on top of that, you get to a point where it says some things are not negotiable, right? There are some things in life that just do become not negotiable. And that's where you can just silently persevere and stand your ground on that. Now, Judy and I have had to do that in a big way. A big way, man, a massive way, where we had to stand our ground and just say, we're going this far and no further, And hey, sometimes there is a consequence, isn't there, for standing your ground. Now, That's just life. But that's what they call character. And when you find that in somebody else, wow, I'll tell you what, even if it's an opposing view, character is something today that seems to be something that is not it's not a constant. It's it's a relative, isn't it? It can change. People's character change based on the circumstances these days. And so for me, that's where I kind of like, I'm going to judge somebody. And I love when Martin Luther King said that we will be judged not by the, what we look like on the outside. What did he say? The color of our skin or something like that, but the constitution of our character. Boy, that's big. And I'll tell you what, guys, when I see you out there, you're shining. You're really shining. The character that I see come across is really, really great. Yeah, there's a few bad apples out there, but that's not that many. And I want to say thank you because it's made this whole space a real pleasure for us. I'll tell you what. Well, guys, it is a gorgeous Thursday, and I sure hope wherever you are in this wide world, it's a gorgeous Thursday for you too. And until later on when we have an amazing video to give to you, I sure hope you have a fantastic one. Keep your chin up. Things are gonna turn around in a powerful way, boy. And look what's happening in this digital space. Lots of news coming out. Keep your chin up. And until later on when we have that video to send out to you, I sure hope you have a great one and take care.